All right, shalom, shalom. First off and foremost, as always, I want to say, Kohalim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor being to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do prove and teach well. And then shalom to you, Akib out there that's pushing this truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. So what it is going to be a quick lesson, just touching on the topic of Esau Edom, drinking that cup. And, here it is in 2025, like the scriptures say, we are yet in this captivity, but this captivity is ending soon. And real quick, let's snag that. Okay. Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Right, man, rejoice. Because, you're not going to be in power for, forever. Okay. Power is slipping out of your hands. And the only reason that you are in power is because of the Lord gave you the power. Like it says in John 19 and verse 10. Okay. And, these Edomites from least to greatest, they're all going to pay. Okay. They're all going to be judged. They are all going to drink that cup of indignation, man. For years, for centuries, they've been prideful, thinking that they're going to get away with certain things, but no. Okay, the Lord has your number, and here it is, Esau Edom, he's constantly trying to, put a snare in front of us, in front of Jacob, but not knowing that, the Lord has put you in a trick bag, like the scripture that says, the deceiver and the deceived are his. So Esau, man, you're just, in a big trick bag, and soon, the Lord is going to confound, the whole nation of Edom. Okay. And it says that dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And that cup is what? The cup of slavery. That judgment that we had to go through. Okay. The judgment that we had to, take to the chin. Okay. But here it is, like the scriptures say, we weren't even supposed to, that wasn't even supposed to happen to us. Now, of course, it's prophecy, yes, but us being the chosen people, things like that aren't supposed to happen, but everything is the Lord's will. Okay. We disobeyed Yahweh Shai, and that's why we're in this predicament. Okay. That's prophecy. It's all the Lord's will. All right. And real quick, since I did mention it, I'm going to hold this in Lamentations. Let's go to Jeremiah. Okay. Let's see here. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse. Let's see. Let's start at 10. Jeremiah 49 and verse 10. Okay, and it says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Right, man? You're being, exposed at all levels. Okay? Everybody, is hip to you being the devil. Everybody is aware that you're evil, that you're the cancer of the earth. Everybody's aware of what you're trying to do to the masses, regarding your new world order, to a certain degree, because people out here, they're still, for the most part, they're still in gross darkness, but you do have some truthers out here, but I'm gonna say this, the words out here, the men of the Lord, the men of Yahweh Shai are, exposing him, starting with the apostles and elders and then down. Esau been exposed, man. Okay. That's why he says in the book of Thessalonians, the spirit of his mouth hath consumed him. So Esau, man, you are being consumed by this gospel, by this truth. Okay. You can run, but you cannot hide. And it reads, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have us surely drunken. And that's referring to us. Okay. Ultimately, we weren't. Now, of course, this prophecy had to happen, but hey, man, we had to drink that cup too. We had to drink the cup. We had to go through what we went through. Still going to this day. Okay, still still under curses, still captivity, right? So we drank of that cup, but ultimately we weren't supposed to drink of it, because we're the Lord's people, we're the Lord's chosen people, right? But everything had to play out for a reason. The Lord is breaking us down to build us back up, right? And it says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You see? So Esau, man, listen, you will not, get away scot-free. Okay, you will not get away, without any scratches on you. Okay, the Lord the Lord has your number, man. Yahweh Shema Shai is going to confound the nation of Edom very, very soon. Okay, and here it is. Esau is worried about, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's worried about so-called minorities, but yet you have other nations planning to, destroy you. Okay. The Persians hate you. All right. Ham hates you. Elam hates you. Okay. Esau has his eyes dead set on Israel, but not knowing that, you got people looking at you because you're the enemy. Okay. And that's all being done through Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. It says that, what's the scripture? It says that, what's that? Proverbs 21, it says that the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. So the Lord is controlling these other nations, these other, kings, these other, kings of these nations to despise you. Okay. Here it is, man. Esau's worried about Jake, but you got other, nations that don't want to have any dealings with you. Okay. But that's that pride. Pride is one hell of a drug. And guess what? Esau is blinded by that pride. That's why it says in Obadiah, his pride had deceived him. Okay, because he thinks he's gonna keep, ruling forever and ever. But no. Okay, your rulership and your reign, okay, is almost up. It's limited. Okay. So heading back in Lamentations 4:22, and it says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Okay. Real quick, let's get that in the NOT. Okay. Lamentations 4:22 and the NOT. And it says, O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile. You see? And we're in the last leg of this captivity. Okay. We're soon about to be delivered. We are soon going to see the downfall of Esau Edom. Okay. And there's going to come a point in time in our kingdom where Esau Edom will completely be done away with as a nation. The house of Edom, okay, from least to greatest, will completely be, okay, done away with, okay, exterminated, right? And it reads, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning, all right? We haven't seen none yet, man, okay? Esau is falling, okay? Esau is falling, man. This place is falling, man. It's only a matter of time before this place, is actually destroyed. But right now, we are seeing the steps, okay? We are seeing the signs, okay, the buildup into, the fall of Esau Edom, okay? The fall of Babylon the Great, So here it is, Esau, he's making, Jake's life hell, but not knowing that hell is coming for you. Okay, which is means a condition, okay? Because right now it's Esau's heaven, but soon he's gonna have to feel, hell. All right, the Lord's gonna put Esau through some hell, man. Esau, you will not listen, man. The Lord's not going to allow you to get away scot free, man. Okay. And it says, but Edom, okay, that's the whole nation. Your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed. Okay. So while Esau, like the old saying goes, you got one finger pointing at me, but three pointing back at you. Here it is, Esau trying to call people, evil, so on and so forth. But hey, man, you're the devil. You're evil. Okay, you're the one that took peace from the earth. That's making, Jake's life harder. Okay, you're the one the reason why people are mourning out here. Okay, and real quick, let's get that. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2, and it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn." People are mourning right now. Okay? Especially our people, Israelites, man. We're mourning. Complaining to Yahweh Shema Shai to deliver us, to set us free, which we know everything has to play out prophetically. We understand it. Like the scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it, shall surely come and will not tarry. We understand that. Okay? But Ezekiel 94 says that, the men sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay, and we're signing crying about this place being ran by an unfit ruler. Okay, there's no justice here. There's no mercy here. There's no consideration. Everything here is just selfish. Everything here is just evil, upside down confusion. That's why I'm glad the Lord's gonna break down, the land of confusion, which is Babylon. Okay. That's why he says, right, I'm going to read it again. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And guess what? Soon Yahweh Shai is going to come back. Okay. And put belts to asses, man. Okay. Soon New Jerusalem is going to come down. Man, listen, man, the Lord is about to, bring righteousness back in this earth. Okay. This world completely upside down because of Esau Edom, because he's ruling. Okay. And even when, okay, things ground level, just look at ground level. Okay. Just look at things ground level. Okay. When you look at these Edomite managers, these Edomite, these corporations, just look at things on ground level. Okay. This shit is horrible, man. Okay. You got to pay for everything. Well, like it says, we are subject to payments, right? But even within that, Esau makes it hard, okay, for things to, just to be, just to live. It's a damn, what's the word? It's a damn, it's hell, for lack of better words, it's hell, man. Okay. But we understand that. We understand we're in captivity. We understand, the things that we have to go through while in captivity. You see? But ultimately, that's why we, are waiting upon Yahweh Shai. Okay? Now, we got that. Now let's get this right here. We can end off on here. Okay, this is the book of Psalm. Okay, excuse me. Psalm 75 and verse, let's see here. Verse 8. All right, let's see here. Let's read this in the, KJV. Psalm 75 and verse 7 to verse, actually, let's go down. I'm going to go down to verse 10. And it says, but the Most High is the judge. Right, and that's one thing too. The Most High is the true judge, the true God. And these creatures here on earth, they just, they don't consider that there's a higher power. That's why when you read Psalms 14 and verse 1, it says that the fool have said that there is no God. and all the works are basically is evil. Okay. So them not knowing, they don't think that the Lord, set them up. Okay, that's why the Lord's gonna, soon put fear, put fear back in man, because nobody here fears the Most High, but the elect. Okay, and it says, but the Most High is the judge. He put down one and setteth up another, and that's one thing too. The scriptures say that the earth is the Lord's footstool. So how much more us humans, those humans, okay? Because we're gods, but even though we know that we shall die like men, but these people out here, man, they're just they're just done. Okay. He put it down one and set it up another, right, man? So Esau, he right now he's in a power seat, but soon he's gonna get put down like a sick dog he is. Okay. In Sirach 10, it says, he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Okay, tomorrow shall die. All right. So the Lord is gonna put Esau down and set up us, Jacob. And we're gonna be ruling for all eternity, man. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Verse 8, and it says, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall wring them out and drink them. You see? So, Edom, okay, they're going to get every drop of the Lord's judgment. Every drop. Okay, no chaser. All right? Just like we had to go through, getting our ass whipped, okay, going to slavery, being in a punishment by Yahweh Shai. Esau's gonna go, do the same thing, but it's gonna be worse. He's gonna go through harsh judgment, more judgment, and especially because he touched the apple of the Lord's eye. And I was thinking to myself, early today on the plantation, here it is, we're behind any melange. You got Edomites, walking around you, you see everybody smiling and blah, blah, blah. Here it is. We're still in the land where we've been brought to, stolen from. We're still in the land and nobody say nothing about it like it never happened. You see? That's why Yahweh Shai is going to come back to serve justice. Justice is coming, but it's going to be done through Yahweh Shai. Because right now, here in the land of lies, here in the land of no mercy, nobody's gonna defend you. Nobody's gonna cry out for you. That's why Yahweh Shai is our mediator, our lawyer, our savior. You see, and it reads, verse 9. But I will declare forever. I will sing praises to the God of Jacob. You see, we have a God to call upon. All right. The true God. His name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And our God is going to do some damage soon to these heathens, starting off with Esau, Edom, from least to greatest. Okay. Like it says in Revelation 18 and verse 20, the Lord is going to avenge us. Okay. As prophets, as servants. Okay. The Lord's going to avenge his holy prophets very, very soon. Because here in the land of no mercy, a land of wickedness, okay, we are being misused and abused, okay? Being done wrongly, all right? And it reads verse 10. It says, all the horns of the wicked, horns meaning power, right? So all the power of the wicked also will I cut off, okay? So Esau, man, you will be no more, okay? You will be no more. You will be cut out of power. All right. You will be done away with very, very soon. And it's only a matter of time. Okay. We are watching the steps. Okay. The prophetic buildup of Esau, Edom coming, of him coming out of power. All right. The scriptures, Yahweh Shai said, I saw Satan fall from heaven as lightning. Okay. Esau, Edom, he has the light right now on the left-hand side. He's in the power seat. So just like how lightning falls, okay, from the skies, that's how fast Esau is going to fall out of rulership. Just like that, okay? And it says, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted, right? We're gonna get our name back, our fame back, okay, through the Lord. Like it says in Zephaniah 3, wherever we've been put to shame, Wherever we've been, just treated wrongly, the Lord is gonna give us our fame back, and people will know who we are. People will know our God. People will know Yasharala, man. Okay, and people are also gonna know about the wrongdoings that Esau has done. Okay, is this the man that did shake kingdoms and that made the real quick? Let me get that real quick. Actually, I'm gonna end off on that. Is this the man? Because he deserves no mercy at all. Is this the man? Let me get this real quick. I know it's in Isaiah. Bear with me here. Let's see here. Isaiah 24 or 14. Maybe it's Isaiah 14. Right, Isaiah 14. Let me just Google it. Salakia. Is this the man? Yep, right here. This is Isaiah. Okay, yep. Isaiah 14 and 16. And it says, they that see thee shall nearly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? That did shake kingdoms, right? Because here it is, he got everything. The Lord gave him, the fattens of the earth, the dew of heaven, the source, his blessing. He got everything right now. He got the cream of the crop. Okay, but look what he's doing with this power. Look what he's doing with the with the power that the Lord has given to him. Okay, he's taking peace from the earth. Okay, taking peace from these nations, and the main nation is who? The nation of Israel, us, right? Causing causing war, no peace. He's the red horse for a reason. Okay. So just like how he got in power, he's gonna be taken out of power just like that, and at a beck, at a snap of a finger, man. That's how fast the Lord is gonna destroy Esau, destroy his kingdom. Okay. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof? Right, man. This dude, everything that he touched, it turns to pure shit. Okay, it don't turn to gold. It turns to shit. All right. Concrete everywhere. You name it, man. This is a very base kingdom, a very primitive society. Okay. Nothing here, can benefit you when it comes to, just living. Everything here is poison. Okay. That's why I said earlier, from the least to the greatest, from the greatest to the least, all you Edomites have to be dealt with. Dealt with. Okay. And the judgment from Yahweh Shema Shai, unto Esau is highly justified. Just look around you. Okay. Just look around, just go look outside. Go look on TV. Okay. And it says that opened not the house of his prisoners. All right. And now, and it's, Slack, I skipped the line. And it says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Okay. And guess what? We are yet this day in our captivity. Okay. Babylon, Babylon itself is a prison house, man. But soon Yahweh Shai is going to come back to free us from this prison house. Okay. And while we're being delivered, Esau is going to be down here burning. Okay. In that nuclear fire. All right. All you Edomites, man. Now of course we understand the judgment of 2/3, but they gonna be good in the kingdom. But as far as you other nations, but mainly you Edomites, you are through. Okay. So hey, man, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, because soon your rejoicing is gonna turn to utter sorrowness, if that's even a word. Okay. So I'm gonna leave right there. And I'm gonna say call him La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. Double honors being to the elder apostles, a great millstone that do rule and teach well. And the shalom to you Ankim out there that's pushing this truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. And Lord showed that the Lord's sheep was fed and edified. With that being said, Shalom.